Hey Coach, so excited you found us on YouTube. If you are new to the channel, my name is Coach Sam. I have been a coach for 6 years, and I hope you guys enjoy this video, and we'll see you in just a moment. Hi Coach, Coach Sam here from Underdog Hoops. So in today's video, we are going to be going over honesty in John Wooden's Pyramid of Success. So let me just share my screen with you guys, and we'll get started. All right. So honesty. What is honesty? And this is important. This is an important character building and character. You know, it's important to be honest no matter what you do. But John Wooden's definition of honesty is doing the things that we know are right and not giving into the temptation to do the things that we know are wrong. So be honest, and don't give in to temptations. You want to make sure that you are being true to yourself. And then the dictionary definition is the quality of being honest. There's some more definitions that I saw, but this was kind of the best one. So the Underdog Hoops 30 game stat book. I use this every game. I have one manager, and he does my stats for me. And we use the Underdog Hoops 30 game stat book. I designed it. It is on Amazon.com. It's $9.99, and you can scan that QR code, and you can go check it out. All right. So the quote of the day. It's by, these are all by John Wooden, and they have specific meaning in what honesty is. So, what is honesty? So, these quotes are, speak about honesty in different ways, but they're very true. So, the first one is I think that the the teaching profession contributes more to the future of our society than any other single profession. That's almost that's very true. So people who are teachers get looked up to. They're with the students more than they are probably with their family. Um, and especially as a coach, if you're teaching and coaching, you're with your students and your athletes a lot. And this is important. I think it's one of the most important, professions. That's why I want to become a teacher. And it's important for this to, for our students to be taught to be honest and truthful to themselves. Um, then the second one is tell the truth. That's why you don't have to remember a story. So be honest, and you don't have to remember a silly story that you made up because you uh, didn't go to practice. Oh, just say, I wasn't at practice because whatever, you were too busy doing something else. And then, you know, I'd rather have someone walk up to me and say, "Look, I missed practice. Okay, well, you're gonna get suspended, or suspended like a game or 2 games, something like that." But I'd rather be honest and take it rather than them saying, "Oh, I was doing like homework somewhere," and not being truthful to me, and doing something else than what they were saying. So that's what I think. I've had a few run-ins with players lie, and it's been a big deal, and it's like it. I've had larger issues than this, you know, where they have issues that have to go to the school and be, figured out through the dean and the principal, stuff like that. So it's best to be truth and be truthful to yourself and be truthful to your coaches, teachers, uh, that stuff. And then if I was if I were a young coach today, I would be extremely careful on who I would select as an assistant. So this is what he means by this, I think, is you want your assistant coaches to point out flaws, to point out different things. Um, and a lot of young assistant coaches, like, I am considered pretty young, um, and they just nod and say, "Yeah, I agree," or stuff like that. It's like I try to speak up and say, "Look, this isn't working. We have to do something else. This isn't, and he can say, "Okay, yeah, great. Let's go with that," or he can just say no. But it's you have to suggest stuff, especially if you're an assistant coach. You want to be able to rely on your assistant coach a lot for stuff that you don't want to do and stuff that you don't want to, maybe if you are running a certain play, maybe he knows it better, so you just give it to him, um, and he does it. These are all things like we have specialization stuff where some of our varsity coaches come and teach it because we're not very good at teaching it ourselves. Um, and something that I want to get better at. But I can teach these specialized, stuff like our 1-3-1 offense. That's something that, not a lot of people know how to do. And that's what I, put my effort into is try to figure out what works and what doesn't for, and then it's up to the head coach to, decide yes or no, and make those decisions. But I'm just here to suggest, and, make those suggestions and he can, do whatever he wants. So, wooden on honesty. So, um, the attempt to deceive someone, I've, you know, people sometimes feel the need to deceive someone when they are lying, and it happens a lot. So you really want to, you're really deceiving yourself. So you're gonna have to make up a story. You're gonna have to like make up a good story, and you don't have to have you can't have flaws. Just be honest. Being dishonest is just being an outright liar. Um, and you they use deception, and some ways they're teens and all these they're pretty good at it now, where I can still figure it out because I was their age not too long ago, and it's pretty, um I can kind of see the signs of stuff, and then you know dishonesty just destroys your credibility. It destroys your reputation. um, it's the boy who cried wolf. If you're not being honest and you are in trouble, or people aren't gonna stand up for you. So that's another thing. People won't stand up for you if you are dishonest. So honesty as a player, one of the most important things is be honest with yourself. Don't lie to anybody, especially coaches, teachers, parents, etc. You want to be someone that is honest with yourself, honest with your teachers, coaches, and parents. It's really important. If my players aren't honest with me and I find out stuff that they weren't being honest, then I take it on a case by case basis, depending on the severity. But it could be, you're suspended for a game. You're not going to play for a while. It just kind of depends. You might not play a quarter, half, it really depends. I do a lot of that for attendance. I make sure that everyone, if you are absent the day before a game, you didn't show up to practice, you're not going to play. I don't care. Um, and you want to be fair and honest in earning everything you got. And you will lose friends if you lie. Just saying that because it's true. And honesty as a coach, you want to be honest with yourself, you want to be honest with your players. So, one of the things that you need to be honest with your players about is their ability. So, I see a lot of coaches, and I've heard a lot of coaches say, "Yeah, you're pretty good," and don't say, "Well, you need to work on this, and this is an issue. This is an issue that you need to work on." Be honest, find something that they aren't good at so that you can fix that. Not the stuff that they are good at. I'm more praise them for what they're good at, but also critique them on what they're bad at and make them work harder. See, my theory is you want to motivate them to do better. You don't want to, demotivate them and make them look bad in front of everyone. You want to make sure that you are getting across what you need to be getting across and being honest with your players. Um, and you're their role model. So you want to be able to do that and do that respectfully. Um, don't cheat in whatever you do. In John Wooden's book, he talks about how what like a time when he was, you know, he was doing something that he regretted, and he really felt like he was being dishonest to the game and dishonest uh, playing another team because the other team was doing it. So no matter what, just be honest with yourself, and then you know teach honesty through competitiveness, and then assistant coaches. So be honest, with your head coach. So I think the most important thing for an assistant coach is to be honest, to speak up, because your head coach wants you to do that. Now, your head coach makes the decision, but you are a path to that decision if you want that decision to be made. You have to bring it up to him. He's not going to be able to read your mind, and then he can agree or disagree. It doesn't matter. I've been shut down, or I've been like, oh no, we gotta do this. Okay, I can live with it. Doesn't bother me. Um, you know, doesn't bother me one bit that we disagree, but it's something that assistant coaches need to do more of, is suggest and then leave it up to the coach. But be honest and say, if this isn't working, then this isn't working. Then the coach can make the decision to switch or do something else. So coming up, we got resourcefulness, poise, confidence, reliability, and fight. So also, if you like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would really appreciate it. And go check out our newsletter. Scan this QR code and you can go check that out. And then we'll see you guys on the next video.